and barbed wire being invested in CCTV, they are almost certainly going to be doing something similar in this instance. That's a lot of utility to be spending to keep control of CCTV, and we'll have to see if it pays off for them. Adam's going to get lit up here early on by PZD. That's going to be a nice little bit of damage to have onto the defensive team early.
Yeah, that's especially your 3-armored Mira sitting inside a fountain. So she did take quite a bit of damage there.
What is up, my coconut bras, and welcome back. And in this video we are going to be going over so many sick lines of sight that happened between the third match of day one between Vertical Gaming and the V3 Masters. They had so many sick angles, and a lot of people know about this one, but a lot of people don't realize that you can actually just stand here, hold an amazing pixel peek, and shoot all the way into the other room across the border right here. So really, really sick. And also this wall is also destructible, so you can even see all the way to the hatch. Really, really badass spot. And let's go and see and take a look at exactly what this looks like from the other side. Alright, so coming around the corner, check this out. Anybody running around this line of sight right here, running through this path, is going to get taken off by a very, very nice pixel peek right there. I prefer to do this one with glass, and look at that. You're going to be able to see even all the way to this hatch right here. Really, really sick spot. Let's move on to the next one.
There's still not much control that's been established for the attacking squad here. They're almost entirely situated outside on this balcony, and they have to contest these players in CCTV.
Now, Jerry is doing a good job holding down the monitors. However, we do have a lot of smoke grenade movement in. King George is going to push in forward, look for the shots onto Jerry, but he won't see it in time, and we're going to have PZD step on up into the security room and drop King George as Kamikaze swings around to grab Avian. If 2-on-4 is going to persist with 1/3 of the round left to go, PZD going to go up for an aggressive peek here momentarily. He looks on that, he's going to grab one, he's going to try for a second, and he gets it! PZD with a double kill to end round number 2.
V3 looking extremely strong going on to border. You saw that mirror window. That mirror window placement in CCTV was amazing. The way that we saw VG attempt to hold CCTV is to just put a shield in the middle, put some barbed wire at the doors, and play a nice little crossfire between each other, the two players in there. That's what they had going for them. V3, they had an entire different setup, and you have to think a little bit better, a little bit more fleshed out, a little bit more thought out. That mirror window was amazing. Definitely a fantastic spot there, and probably going to find its way into future Pro League use. If a team that wants to hold CCTV a little bit more effectively, they can bring a mirror to the field.
Alright, so this next spot, this is going to be coming out for when you want to take control of CCTV and be in control, especially when you are defending the next room over in Armory Lockers. And so basically, what you're going to want to be doing, we got a little bit more of a complex Mira spot. And this is so innovative. You guys, you even heard Kick say that this could very well be like the new standard, or it's going to find its way into many other Pro League games. So really, really sick spot. So basically, all you're going to have to do is set up your Mira so that it is like this. And by doing this also, you're not directly in front of this window here. And so you're going to be very well protected. So basically what they were doing, they were using this Mira to watch the doorway here. And of course, just like every other time, go and pre-fire and take out anybody coming through this entrance. So badass.
They're being very cautious here, and that might work to V3's advantage here. Wasting just a little bit more time, and a little bit more time in a game like Siege is more often than not to the detriment of the attacking
We do have
squad.
The hunt is on. Snake is going to spot out Kamikaze and call it for Eclipse, but above in the drop hatch is going to be PZD dropping Eclipse before he's even got time.
That was a very nice angle from PZD. That was all the way from the B bomb site.
Archives.
Yeah, so from the B bomb site through the archives drop. One thing I'd like to say about V3 as well, I'd like to sing their praises a little bit here, is they have pulled out a lot of little angles that we just have not seen very much of before. I mean, that B drop down looking towards the doorway in server, that's, you know, we know the angle existed, but V3, yeah, they've been playing a lot of really nifty angles with that window, with that Mira, and with the drop down in B.
Alright, so we're going to be dropping another really badass line of sight, and just like Kick said, this angle, this has been up here forever. Everybody knows that there's a hatch right here, but it's just really uncommon for people to be watching their roamers. Basically, they were defending upstairs, Pulse was downstairs, they were trying to pinch him from below and take out the roamers before bringing on the push upstairs into the armory lockers, and so they were watching their roamers back. They had a really, really nice line of sight all the way from the B-bomb site, and all the way down into this entrance. And so basically they knew Pulse was down here. He came around peeking, looking for him head level, and bam, he was taken out from a very, very nice angle right there. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, this video is a little bit shorter than my other ones, and you guys are definitely heard Kix talk about how many different angles they were bringing. The reason that I'm not going over all of them were because a lot of these angles that were done in this game were done in the previous Pro League tips videos, and as you guys know, I don't do any duplicate tips. I always do only the new ones that have not been shown before in a previous video that I made on Pro League tips. So really sick angles brought out in this game. If you want to see even more, then I suggest going and checking out the other Pro League tip videos, because I will never do duplicate angles on this video series.
He's going to be doing from the front doors. He's going to be able to cut off the rotation between the two bomb sites, try and cut down the middle there and establish as much control as possible. We see this is almost always the role that is given to the Blackbeard, and that is definitely what is happening in this instance. Avian's going to be pushing his way into the garage, and I don't think he knows there is a camera that can see him now.
Alright, you guys, we're going to be on map 2 on Clubhouse between Vertical Gaming and V3 Masters, and as you guys just saw in this previous clip, there was, wow, did that nitro cell really not stick? Okay, anyways, there was a I have no idea what just happened right there, it's really funny. There was a really dirty Valkyrie camera being played by the V3 Masters, and it is so sick. This is right above the cash room, yes, right next to cash room, right on the other side of garage, and this is so sick. All you're gonna have to do is throw it on top of the green cylinder above cash room. So there we go, something about like that, and then all you're gonna have to do is see, and you have such a nice point of view. You can even throw it a little bit more to the left if you're defending the master bedroom. Then you're going to have an even better, clearer view on there. But if you throw it a little bit to the side, then you couldn't even see them spawn on the side over there. And that's really sick. But anyways, as you guys saw in the clip, there was actually a member of Vertical Gaming that ran in front of this camera and did not even see it. So all in all, really dirty camera. Super simple. Impact grenade this, nitro cell it, shotgun, whatever you want to. Such a badass camera. Now let's move on.
One drone was taken out. We also have Kamikaze leading the way, though. I believe that Ash Charge is going to be used once they make sure there's no ADSs to get rid of the barbed wire, and that will allow Psycho to push in by himself. Because it's very difficult to push in through the barbed wire, because then you're just going to get free fire.
This angle, though.
This is ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
If Snake Nade comes across those boxes standing or even walking crouched, his head will pop up above those boxes and he will get picked off. But however, as I say that, getting very aggressive into the tunnel, he is now, this round will kind of hinge on whether or not he is successful engaging this Psycho.
Yep. Oh, he's going to get the shot as the smoke grenade comes out of his hand. Eclipse just doming Psycho. Now what he can do, if he wants to be over-aggressive, which I don't think he should be, he does have the ability to run up towards Kitchen at the last moment. He's a 3-speed. He's got the ability to. He'll be spotted for about half a second, but he could do that.
Alright, so this next idea is going to be coming from off of the previous 2 clips, and that is basically the glass line of sight right here. I'm not going to go over it because I have previously done it in another pro tips video, but anyways, what I want to cover mainly is that if the defenders are able to take out anybody pushing construction, a really badass run out flank would be right here from the entrance that they used in construction tunnel. Could be on this side also, and that's going to be running into kitchen. Now most of the times defenders are going to be watching the flank here, waiting for somebody coming from the bar or the staircase, and then they're also going to be over here holding angles on the hatch once they finish opening it up. And they're just not going to be expecting a kitchen flank like this. Now, once I run in here, I'm going to be detected for about half a second, but that's okay. Come around here, shoot that guy, come over here, take out anybody looking at the hatch. Really unexpected flank, and I just thought that was such an awesome idea, and so I just want to point that out. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I love you guys all. Can't thank you guys all enough. We got so much stuff planned for the channel. And if you guys noticed, yes, this was a little bit shorter. And that's because just so many of the lines of sight from this game were previously done, and I try really hard to avoid doing duplicates so that every single one of these videos is a fresh one for you guys. I love you guys all. Can't thank you guys enough for all the recent support. See you guys all very soon in the next video. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend and had some great finals, and I hope you guys are all almost done with school so that you guys can play Siege. Let me know what you guys think of the update so far, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace.
Gosh, the diffuser was placed it dropped outside of spawn, which means that VG, that's going to actually be a lot of time. That's about 25 to 30 seconds wasted for VG there because of that diffuser drop.
Now they keep on going back and forth on the drones, making sure that it's all clear, but even if it's all clear, there's still a lot of holes going back into sight. This is like a retake strategy that we haven't necessarily seen before. We are going to see some shots come out from PZD. Diffuser might get planted here, but it looks like Eclipse will fall by Ty. Snake Oss is also going to go down. Adam trying to come around. It looks like Plant will go down, but Ty's going to swing on in and get one as Psycho gets one. Now it's a 4 or 5 on 2. Avian and King George, last two alive. King George trying to hold down the fort here by the cave tunnel. You are going to have Avian, top 4. He's looking for one. Tagged Kamikaze, but cannot get the shots down.